Welcome back to another class of app development with Python. In this class, I'm going to show you everything you need to know about embedding a layout. Now, embedding a layout might be a bit confusing and a bit complex for total beginners, but I'm going to try to, explain everything and every step and what you basically have to follow step-by-step method of embedding a layout of any button or any widget inside of your box layout of your app. In my previous class, I've shown you how you can customize your box layout. So if you did not watch that properly or if you did not understand it, then you might face a bit more issue in this class because we are going to be customizing right after we make our box layout and also which statements and which arguments we have to use. Okay, so make sure to check out that video if you did not understand anything or if you did not understand a specific part. Feel free to ask me anytime. I'm always there to help you. So let's just start on with this class of embedding a layout by opening up PyCharm on our device. As you can see on my screen, we have opened up PyCharm. Now, what we have to do over here, if we play up the whole thing, this is how it should basically look like. Okay. So one thing what we're going to do over here is that we're going to customize it a bit more. If it is one like zero point 0.5, we can also customize it the way we want to. So let's just say I'm going to keep the top value to be 1. And now let's just play it out. This is how it looks like. And I'm also going to be turning this into 1 and this value to 1 too and play out the whole thing. And this is how it should look like. Okay. So what we're going to do over here as we are going to be customizing our second button right over here, we're going to select up each and every one of them, or we can also remove out this one because we are not going to need this specific property. So I'm just going to remove out this line. Let's say I'm going to do is let's just say I'm going to keep this just like this. And I'm going to select up all of these and I'm going to hit on tab to make another or create another area. So right over here, as KV does not have or KV will not be able to work with two files or two layouts. So what you're going to do is going to be creating a space and you're going to work up this layout or embedding a layout inside of the loop. So here I'm going to put in, let's say, box layout, which is going to help us to use it as the variable. And button, make sure to put this button. And here, let's say I'm going to put in B6. Okay, double quotation to close it off. And what we're going to do over here is we can copy this, but if you don't want to copy it, it's also totally fine. You're going to have to put in button like this, here button, and put in text, colon, and inside I'm going to put in B7, double quotation. You're going to put in button over here, colon over here. I'm going to put in text, colon, quotation, B8. And you're going to put in, let's say, another one. Let's say I'm going to make 4 segments. So I'm going to put in button, double quotation, or colon, and put in a text. Then text, after text, put in a colon, and inside you're going to put in B9. Okay. So as we have created all of these, now if we play it up, you'll basically see this is how it should look like. But we're going to create ourselves of the orientation into vertical mode. So it's going to be stacked up like 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So what we're going to do is going to be taking this right after the button or right after the box layout. So here I'm going to put in, let's say, orientation, then colon over here. I'm going to put in vertical. Okay. So if I play out the whole thing, you will basically see now we have 4 specific button for this specific area or this specific button over here. Okay. So now what we can also do is create a couple of space. To create a couple of space, we're also going to use another argument, which is going to be spacing. Okay. So I'm just going to do is going to be minimizing this. And here I'm going to put in spacing. Okay. So put in spacing and put in a colon, and you're going to use the display pixel too. So I'm going to put in a space, then put in double quotation. And here, if I want to use like 8 display pixel space, so if I put in 8 dp and play out the whole thing, this is how it should look like. Even if I like resize the whole thing, it's still going to have that specific space. You can also do the same thing inside of button A at the same time. Okay. So if you want to work on with another one you're going to work on with label C, you can do that too. So if I want to create the label C or customize my label C, I have to do the same thing. So basically, if I just take out this whole thing over here, Control C over here, and I'm going to create the spacing right over here. I'm going to take another space like this, and inside I'm going to put in, let's say, hit enter, and this is how it should look like. If I just create or play like this is how it should look like. But we don't have anything to display, right? So we're going to copy up this one too. Let's say I'm going to keep it up to button, Control C, and I'm going to do is going to be taking this on label, and on label, we're going to do the same thing. Let's say I'm going to do is going to be placing or replacing it, button, a lot of them, and place it out, play it up, and this is how it should look like. You can change it up to, let's say, I'm going to put in, let's say, C on them. I'm going to put in C, this one too, play out the whole thing, and it will be renamed. Now, what if you want to turn all of them into layouts or labels? So what you basically have to do is turn them into label. There we go. You can try out with label over here. You can also put another one. Let's say label, text, and the next one we're going to also put in label, and you can try playing it out, and you might basically see something like this, as these ones will turn into labels. Okay, so basically now you know how you can use embedding on KV file while you are creating yourself up an app. Now you might think that we have created these ones over here. What if we want to customize our A button too? If you want to customize your A button, you also have to do the same thing. So what you basically have to do is put in this box layout right over here. So I'm just going to do is going to be taking all of these over here. Make sure to create a space in between them. And here you're going to work with those. Okay. So what we basically have to do is put in another box layout, put in a colon. There we go. And you can try playing it out, and you might see basically something like this. So we have text A. Now what you can do is click on enter, and then you're going to take it to button over here. You're going to put in button, colon, and you're going to do is put in the space, text. We're going to turn off caps, text, colon, and inside you're going to put in, let's say, A2. Okay, so you can try playing out the whole thing, and this is how it should look like. Then you can also turn the orientation a bit different. So you can turn it to be, let's say, this one should be, okay, I'm not going to be customizing this, but inside you can also add another customization on this, because if we change up into horizontal to vertical, you might see some differences. So I'm going to do is going to be trying it out first. So I'm going to do is going to be typing in vertical, play out the whole thing, and this is how it should look like. You can also apply a bit of spacing over here. Now let's just say after vertical, you have to put in spacing. Okay, so I'm going to do is going to be putting in spacing, colon, double quotation, 15 dp. Play out the whole thing, and there we go. We have the spacing. If you want the same spacing, then you have to put in 8 dp. So I'm going to do is going to be typing in 8. Play out the whole thing, and we have the same sizing. If we want to create 4, then we have to create 4 of them. So I'm going to copy up the whole thing, Control C, hit on enter, Control V, Control V, Control V, right over here. Now we're going to do is just going to change up the values, A3, A4. Let's just say I'm going to type in 4, and you're going to put in 5. Play out all of them, and all of them are going to have the same layout. And you can see we have up till A5, so we can remove any one of them like this. We're going to just make sure that this is organized, play out the whole thing, and there we go, we have it available. You can also create more space. Let's say if you want to create space for the C value. So instead of 8 dp, if I put in, let's say, 24 dp. So I'm going to put in 25 instead of 24. Play it out, and you might see like it's not that visible, but it's going to be spaced up really less. Okay. So you can customize this too just by using the size hint and the pause hint, just like on we did on A. Okay. So now you know how you'll be able to create these type of, segments or embedding a layout. Now, if you want to create another box layout, you're just going to do is copy this, Control C. You're going to create another box layout just like this. And let's say instead of C, I'm going to put in D, D over here, D over here, and also D over here. Play out the whole thing, and you will have another segment. If you want to turn them into buttons, what you basically have to do is turn them into buttons over here. Just copy the same thing. I'm going to copy, or let's say I'm going to just change it over here. And I'm also going to be changing this over here. And you'll basically see we're going to have another segment of buttons. If you want to turn, let's say, the orientation, then just change it into horizontal. There we go. Play out the whole thing. And now we have each and every one of these segments to be different. Okay. So there we go. We have vertical and horizontal in that specific or the same page. And we have our buttons and also our labels at the same time with couple of spacing. Okay. So thank you for watching this video up till the very end, and hope you understood about everything in this class of how you can embed a layout and how you'll be able to work along in app development of Python. If you have any question or any confusion about any part of this lesson, feel free to ask me anytime. I'm always there to help you out. So without any further ado, let's move on to our next class of app development with Python.